Again. 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 Again.
If you had the ability to respawn in real life, what would you do? Here's a twist. If it was an endless loop, would you still want it? Join us in our latest Cinephile episode to find out, and be sure to visit our FUNDAY website for more. Hello everyone, I'm Wade, your Cinephile host. Edge of Tomorrow is a 2014 American science fiction action film starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. The film takes place in a future where most of Europe is occupied by an alien race. Major William Cage, a public relations officer with limited combat experience, is forced by his superior to join a landing operation against the aliens, only to find himself experiencing a time loop as he tries to figure out a way to defeat the invaders.
In 2015, aliens called mimics arrive in Germany via an asteroid and swiftly conquers most of continental Europe. By 2020, the United Defense Force, a global military alliance established to combat the alien threat, finally achieves a victory over the mimics at Verdun using newly developed mech suits. In Britain, the UDF plans a major invasion of France, and General Brigham orders recently attached US Army Major William Cage, a public affairs officer, to cover it, which means going to the front lines. Cage objects and tries talking his way out of it.
But I'm not a soldier, really.
No, of course you're not. That's why I'm embedding you with several 100,000 men and women who are.
While it is an honor, General, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to decline. Can't stand the sight of blood. Not so much as a paper cut.
Cage, having no combat experience, objects, and when that didn't work, he blackmails the general. So, Brigham has Cage arrested and sent to Heathrow Airport, now a military base. Cage awakens to find Brigham has demoted him to a private and assigned him to Master Sergeant Farrell and the misfit J Squad, who do not take kindly to Cage.
Private Cage is a deserter. I'm making you all personally responsible for his deliverance. He will be combat ready at 06 Honey tomorrow.
Combat ready?
Private Cage is under delusion he does not belong here. We must dissuade him of this delusion. If he tries to run, feel free to dissuade him until he can't piss standing up.
Sergeant, you have to listen to me. I will never be combat
I
ready.
envy you, Cage. Tomorrow morning, you will be baptized, born again.
The landing in France is a colossal failure. Farrell and J Squad are quickly killed. Cage, trapped with no way out, uses a claymore mine to kill an unusually large blue mimic, but is mortally wounded by the explosion and covered in the alien's blood. Cage jolts awake to find himself back at Heathrow, reliving the events of the previous morning. Confused the first time around, he dies on the battlefield once again and reawakens at the same place. He then attempts to warn Farrell against the invasion.
You have an order in your left pocket that says, I'm a deserter caught impersonating an officer. But what it doesn't say is that your name is Master Sergeant Farrell from Science Hill, Kentucky. And if you'll give me 30 seconds to explain how I know that, you may just save the lives of every soldier on this base.
You have to listen to me! They know we're coming! They're waiting for us! I have been there!
Ignored, he repeats the loop of dying on the beach and waking at Heathrow repeatedly, each time responding like a video game and trying to get further. During one loop, Cage tries to save Sergeant Rita Vertasky, a celebrated hero of the Battle of Verdun. She realizes Cage can loop time and tells him to find her the next time he wakes up, right before the ship explodes. Cage reawakens and locates Rita, who takes him to Dr. Carter, an expert in mimic biology.
And this is the Omega, And the Omega has the ability to control time.
Whenever an alpha is killed, an automatic response is triggered. The Omega starts the day over again. But you see, this time, it can remember what's going to happen just like you do.
It knows exactly what we're going to do before we're going to do it.
And an enemy that knows the future can't lose.
The Omega resets the day and adjusts its tactic until the battle is won. Cage inadvertently hijacked this ability to reset time through his exposure to an alpha's blood. Rita had the same ability at Verdun, using it to win the battle before she was wounded and received a blood transfusion, losing the power. She tells Cage to save the world, he needs to locate and kill the Omega to end the alien invasion, and that he was the only hope.
Over many more loops, Rita trains Cage to excel in combat. Cage relives the day over and over again, each time trying to advance with Rita in order to get to the Omega, but they come nowhere close. Frustrated, Cage escapes to London, only to discover that the mimics will attack the city after the invasion of the beach. After seeing visions of a dam in Germany where the Omega is hiding and spending many loops figuring out how to escape the invasion and reach the dam, Cage grows close to Rita and tries to prevent her from dying. But as soon as she realizes he's stalling, she gets right back on the mission.
Only one of us ever makes it.
Get in.
The only thing we haven't tried is a version where you walk away. Just go back to the farmhouse. There's a cellar, there's food. You wait there till I get back. You'll be safe.
I'm a soldier. I volunteered. I'm not walking away.
You die here. Right here. I can't save you. And if I go on and kill the Omega, you're dead. Forever.
Rita insists on the mission and gets herself killed. This time, once Cage awakens and finds Rita, he realizes that if he doesn't involve her, perhaps she will live. So, Cage flies to the dam alone. The Omega is not there, and he's ambushed by an Alpha who attempts to strip him of his ability to reset time. So Cage deliberately drowns himself. Cage tells Rita and Dr. Carter that it was a trap. So they realize that they needed a special device located in the Ministry of Defense. Cage and Rita, after numerous attempts, successfully infiltrate into the General's office, where Cage tries to convince Brigham to give him Carter's prototype device that can locate the Omega.
Dr. Carter told me this device requires a live mimic to work. What use is it to you?
That's my concern.
On the contrary, according to you, this concerns the whole world.
Well, what would you do if you believed everything I just told you?
I would locate this
Omega.
and bomb it out of existence.
You're not mentally equipped to fight this thing, and you never will be.
For the first time, Brigham gives up the device, but they are pursued by military police upon leaving. During the ensuing car chase, Cage uses the device and discovers the Omega is under the Louvre Pyramid in Paris. Cage is seriously injured during capture and wakes up in a hospital to find he has been given a blood transfusion and has lost the ability to loop time. Rita frees him, and together they recruit J Squad to help them. They fly to Paris, where the soldiers sacrifice themselves so that Cage and Rita can reach the Louvre. Rita kisses Cage to thank him for getting her as far as he did, before luring away the Alpha standing between them and the submerged Omega. After the Alpha kills Rita, it attempts to stop Cage. A dying Cage floats down into the Omega's blood. All of a sudden, he awakens again, but it's 2 days earlier, en route to his original meeting with Brigham before the UDF invasion of France. But this time, he awakens in an alternative history. In this alternative timeline, he watches a news conference during which the general announces that a huge mystery energy blast was detected in Paris. The general further announced that the mimics have died, and the human forces will commence sweeping through Europe the next day. declaring a great victory for mankind.
Cage arrives at Heathrow Airport, but this time around, he sees all of Jay's squad are alive. And he walks over to Rita just as he did before. But this time, he was no longer the cowardice deserter whom others looked down upon. Instead, he's acknowledged as an army major and one who's earned his position. 接下来Ruby 要揭晓今天电影迷明日边界 Edge of Tomorrow 要讲些什么。Hey Ruby, what if you could respawn in real life like Cage did?
你是指像在游戏里死后重生吗？ That sounds like a great superpower to have.
Here's the catch though. What if you had to relive the same day over and over again?
Well, that sounds more like a curse, living in an endless loop.
Endless loop, 不结束的环形. Do you mean?
Yes, 无限循环.
We also hear, I will keep you in the loop in business settings. What does that mean?
字面上是在说在圈子里 keep someone in the loop 就是让某人也收到资讯哦。
Hey Ruby, what if you could respawn in real life like Cage did?
Wait, you already asked me that.
Yes, we are in the second loop of your superpower.
I'd rather not.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm Wade.
I'm Ruby.
I hope you've learned something useful in this episode of Cinephile as I did. You can find more on the FUNDAY website. Let's make every day a fun day.
First time you died, what happened? You killed a mimic?
Yes.
Describe it.
It's different. It's bigger, bluish.
And you got covered in its blood.
As a matter of fact,